All right, well, we have an off season to get through, everybody. I can pretty much confirm we're going to sim at least another season tonight. So let's get to it. See what changes we can make to this roster to get to where we need to be and to win ourselves a World Series, hopefully. Like I said, I still have some of my frustrations with this, but I'm not giving up. But definitely expect trades to be turned off in future series. Let's see. Any Hall of Famers in 2032? No. Okay. Fair enough. All right. Let's see. Well, for those who wanted the coaching staff fired, you got your wish. We need a new manager. We've had Chris Woodward the last couple of years. Is there anybody else? Drew Michael? Again. If anybody from the show team is listening, hi. It's been a while since we've chatted, but I appreciate the fact that we've chatted in the past. I need the ability to sort by attribute grade, if not even like boosts. Give me the ability to see every coach that has like a +3 in drag bunting. Please. Please. I gotta be honest, I know he hasn't brought us any success. The best coach available is easily Chris Woodward. The power, the speed. The +3 to drag bunting is kind of a drag in and of itself, but he's the best option. Even if we haven't won with him. Gonna go 8.5 for 4 years. We also need a hitting coach. +3 power and vision, plate discipline. Let's go for Miguel Julio. You will small ball and you will like it. Yeah, apparently. Go $2 million for Julio. We need a third base coach and a farm director, which shouldn't be too difficult to get. Carnage, what's going on, man? How are you? All right, third base coach. I mean, good boost there from Taylor Maxwell. The -3 to blocking kind of sucks. Do we have anybody without any minuses? Andreas Novoa. Let's go $2 million, 4 years for Novoa. Why is scouting so shitty in this game? I wouldn't call it shitty. You got to be really selective. And the reason why they do that, in my opinion, I don't know this for a fact, but it feels like they're trying to replicate the fact that in baseball, there's 17 bajillion rounds to the draft. In the game, they've limited it to 6. So, yeah, I feel like they're trying to do their best to replicate of, like, okay, if it was actually a realistic size draft, how likely you would be to get information on the vast majority of players. You know? That said, I do think something they need to do is give you their high school or college stat line when scouting. That way, if you don't have any information on somebody, you can at least look at that stat line and say, oh shit, maybe he's good. Maybe. Because that definitely happens in real life. Come on. That absolutely happens. And of course, there's a chance that it could be a guy, like one of those C potential dudes who's like a 70, but he's a C potential or a D potential, and he peaked in high school. You know? So that's something else I'd like to see from them. Yeah. I'm full of ideas. Full of ideas and hot air. A lot of hot air. Let's see. There's no less of a guarantee in sports than the MLB draft, correct? Let's see. Let's go for Drew Michael. He's got 2 first names. We like that. All right, exclusive free agent negotiations. Rhys Hoskins, he's cooked, right? We especially saw it in the playoffs. He's cooked. Marcelo was a 1-year rental, and to be honest, he went hitless in the playoffs. We're done with him. We're done with him. Zach McKinstry, Dansby Swanson were 1-year signings. So then pitchers, it's just Josh Swanger. Apparently down to an 87. We know how good of a pitcher he is, though. We could qualify him, but man, he's a reliever. I don't think anyone's going to take him. We'll see. I mean, he wants $13 million a year. The more term, the better. 5-year deal brings him to age 30, which is the, at the latest, drop-off point, because lately we've been seeing guys at 28 be like, yeah, I don't really feel like it. So, about $15 million a year for 5 years for Swanger. I mean, the strikeout to walk ratio is really good. Has a career 1.21 whip. And a career 3.22 FIP, including now a near career high 2.96 this past season. Yeah, we're signing Swanger if we can. If we can. Everybody else can go. Everybody else can go. I thought MLB cut their draft classes down like 3 years ago. And I mean, in terms of cutting down the amount, I believe it was down to 20, which again, still more than what they have in real life. And also, I mean, let's be honest, the draft setup has been the same in the video game for a lot longer than like when they added in that new system. So if I swing at balls, is it a homer or strike? Bert, what's up, man? Bert, it doesn't matter what the game says. You just swing away with all of your heart, and good things will eventually happen. So, I believe in you. Chris Woodward goes to the White Sox. Wow, he went from being our manager to their third base coach. That's not good. I do when I lose. That's fair. I mean, losing can be fun. God. All right. We're about to take a pretty big hit in terms of managerial aspirations here. There is Drew Michael, but we already gave him the offer as the farm director. So we're going to have to rescind that. And we will look for Drew to be our new head coach, our new manager. And for farm director, who can we go for instead here? -1 to drag bunting, Reese Anguiano. Guess we'll go for you. Not too worried about the drag bunting. Okay. And Swanger still hasn't signed. Good to know. Drew Michael goes to the Pirates. We did get Anguiano. Andreas Novoa goes to Cleveland. Okay, this is proving to be a disaster. We still need a manager and a third base coach. Who the hell are we getting at manager now? Oh, man. Well, I got a problem with you. Absolutely. When and where? I'll be there. Let's see. Dominic Townsend. Also, which one of us is wearing the dress? Both? I think both. It's a bunting boost for Townsend. It's not great. Blocking, fielding, clutch control. Will Ryan. You have 2 first names, Chief. Come be our manager. And it was third base coach. Do you color match your dresses? As long as you buy the flowers, we'll do. Fair warning, though. I might cheap out. Don't expect too much. Jimmy Boyer. Chef Boyardee, please sign with me. And we have officially signed Josh Swanger, which is great. Or both fantastic suits like it's Dumb and Dumber. That's fair. We got Miguel Julio as our hitting coach. Still waiting to hear from Ryan and Chef Boyardee. Boyer is signed. Just waiting for Ryan. I'm monitoring whether or not he has other offers, which right now he doesn't. Okay. Coaching staff has been taken care of. Marcelo, you're going. And it is the first official day of free agency. Let's go through a couple of things here. Now, Herrera is regressing. Because of course he is. He is still usable. We got a couple of guys who are getting closer to being Major League ready, but aren't quite there yet. I think we'll probably keep them Bernal for one more. Yeah, he's still signed for one more year, too. I did the do or die thing on free agency. I think the free agent system in this game is fantastic. All right, Robbie Vaughn, you're never going to be anything. Let's get rid of you. Like the discipline going up as he gets older. Yeah, it makes sense, right? First base. Dino Beltran. I mean, it might still have some trade value. We'll keep these guys, I suppose. Christian Campbell has the arbitration time. He is probably a sign and trade to give Forrest Fleming that starting position. Let's get rid of Vidal Bruján. Rodriguez Carnets. Ferreras is at least on a renewable deal, so he's not bad. Shortstops. Vince Honeycutt. He'll be cheap enough. Acuna. We'll hold on to him because we don't really have anybody else. Of course, we got to keep Tim Tebow. Got to do that. Rivas down to a D potential. And Robbie Metz was the big swing and a miss. Let's just cut Robbie Metz. We'll cut Rivas as well. Those guys are bad. Kano, what's going on? What did I miss? And then Bennett Paulson is also terrible. Let's just get rid of him. For the pitchers. Chris Bonds could go. Fair enough, Connor. Fair enough. That sounds awful. Yeah, we'll get rid of Chris Bonds here. We want to make sure we have some roster spots freed up. So yeah, Jonah Tong. These have been guys that I've just kind of kept signing year after year. Now's a good time to finally move on. Tekoa Roby. Get rid of him. Sam Reburse. It's time for these guys to go. And for the starters, Max Roschick, he's another one. Move on from him. Derek Fritz can stay, though. Okay, I wanted to do that. The 40-man. The 40-man. Let's see. Rule 5 eligible. Tim Tebow. Jesus Gonzalez. I mean, honestly, like if he gets claimed, whatever. Valley as well. Oswaldo Oliva, we definitely want to keep him. Yeah, if we lose Derek Fritz, if we lose Thorman, Acuna, it's pretty much just whatever at that point. We'll keep Mike Roth as well. But yeah, that's about it. Shout out to Vietnam. All right. Arbitration. Chris Karowski. This is going to be expensive. So 5.9 if he wants to go to arbitration. It's going to be our offer there. Yeah, Karowski's finally getting paid. Reliever of the year, so he should. Christian Campbell. Honestly, like, I'm cool with just letting him go. Like, yes, obviously we could just re-sign. Can I trade him without having to re-sign him? Can I trade him right now? I can. Cool. Yeah, let's get rid of him. I don't want him. I don't want him. We have a younger second baseman. Alex Reniga, Marcelo Tejeda. So 22B and a 67. 18B and a 65. A Rivera from the Yankees. 18B and a 65. Ooh, that double offer from the Rays. Hello. 20B and a 68. That double offer from the Rays is pretty nice. White Sox offering up Roberto Perez. Only hitter that showed up. He wasn't the only hitter that showed up. He was one of the few, though, that did. Rays and White Sox are interesting here. Yeah, we acquired him with the idea of he was always going to be a rental. Plus, he's 30. I'm not paying a 30-year-old in this game. Are you kidding me? You kidding me? That's a death sentence. Paying a 30-year-old? Christ, they got 1 foot in the grave. They got 1 foot in the grave. Jack Kramer. Not going to be enough. It's really looking like Rays or White Sox here. Both had decent offers. Darren Rodriguez is a hell of a project. I think the Rays offer was probably better, though. Brewers, Jimmy Castro. Saul Kretlow's not too bad. I do have a suspicion that we're going to have to graduate quite a few pitchers again. I think it's that White Sox offer. Never mind, was it Tampa? Yeah, it was Tampa. Felipe Fernandez and Willard Carver for Christian Campbell. That was a done deal. If you get a chance, go take a quick gander at what I tagged you on Twitter. Oh, boy. Well, Twitter doesn't like you because I have no alerts. So you'll have to tell me what it was. You'll have to tell me what it was. All right, back to arbitration then. Jeff Ullman. Jeffrey Ullman. 5.3. 5.3 will be the arbitration offer. All right, and then from there, get ready for some sweet flashing lights. I'm just kidding. When you play right at the show, do you do contact or power swing? I normal swing the vast majority of the time. Contact swing if I'm in an 0-2 hole. I very, very rarely power swing. It's just so freaking slow. And you have zero chance at check swinging. Like, that is just a full-on commitment. Here, what can I do? What can I do? Instead of blinding people with this repeated flashing light, what can I do? Random shit do I have saved on my PC here? I'm sure I got some random nonsense. I'll spare you guys from the flashing lights of signing people over and over again. Let's see, make the screen smaller. Nah, it's fine. Oh, you know what I'll do? Is I'll literally just put up the thumbnail for the series. I will literally just put up the thumbnail for the series. Oh my god. And I need OBS to cooperate with me. So I can drag it down below the Elgato. Wait, what just happened? What is happening? OBS, cooperate with me. OBS! Stop it! Cooperate with me! Where the hell did that image go? It's still there. This is supposed to be an easy process. Jesus. Honestly, it's because my mouse is fucking dying on me. That's the primary reason. My god. Hey, there we go. So we'll look at that for a minute so I don't have to blind everybody as I sit here and flash through these menus, renewing every contract in sight. So, try to spare you guys the trip to the eye doctor here. My eyes are already fucked. I've been wearing glasses since I was 6, so I got nothing to worry about. I got nothing to lose. I got nothing to lose. So, we'll go with that, and I'll be through this in a jiffy. Although, Lord, give me something to talk about in the meantime, because I couldn't make this interesting in the first place. I certainly can't make it interesting as you literally can't see what the hell is happening on screen. But again, it's for your own good. It's for the sake of your eyeballs. You gotta protect them eyeballs, damn it. They're the only two that you have. Protect them. Take care of them. Turn down your screen brightness. Use dark mode. What's the matter with you, you filthy animals? Pie or cake? Discuss. Cake. I gotta be honest. My least favorite part of Thanksgiving is having to pretend that pie is actually top tier when it's just fine. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but there are very few pies that can hang with there are very few top tier pies that can hang with bottom tier cakes. If that makes sense. Cake the dessert or cake the band. Definitely not cake the band. There will be no cake by the ocean. There will be no cake in general. None of it. All of it and none of it. As a Mainer, if you don't say blueberry pie, you're crazy. Like, it's fine. It's fine. But am I gonna take blueberry pie over, like, the vast majority of cakes? No, I'm not. I'm just simply not. Like, I'll have a slice of it, sure, but it's not insane. Oh, Showtime, yeah, I've seen it. We already talked about that earlier on stream. Will we go in the distance or going for speed? Unsubbing off falling for terrorism. Well, nowadays, that's all you have to do is just label anything you don't like as terrorism. So, fake Mainer. I have blueberry on everything else. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Showtime, you're fine. You're fine. All right. All those contracts taken care of. How do you like that? So, let's look at the team really quickly and see what we might have to do in free agency. Is cheesecake really cake? Yes, it is, and it's fucking delicious. We could look for a long-term catcher, right? Because Herrera's getting older. We do need a backup first baseman because Chunky is fine, but Herrera's not ready. Forrest Fleming's the guy at second. Jacobson and Tulibits are in the mix as well. We're fine at second base. Third base, honestly, between Rodriguez and Carnets, we're fine. We could look for a long-term option, but we do have some good youth there. Holiday at shortstop, Honeycutt behind him, so we're good at short. Left field, we still have Alonso. Center field, Jackson Merrill. Right field, Jeff Allman. I think we're fine. Unless there's like this uber talented outfielder. I think we're fine. Sun Devils, 9 months on the primer. It's a boy. And he's gonna grow up to punch a Morello in the face. What's the roster total at? Brother, I can't math. But we have quite a few spots open right now. In terms of relievers, we're good. We have so much pitching talent right now, it's not even funny. We have so much pitching talent. It would take an uber starter or reliever to make any type of move there. So, the top free agents this year, Luther Fagan, Gabriel Moreno, Jackson Chourio, and Rafael Devers. Bottom right of the screen, blocked on camera. Roster total, 77. 77. All right, so positional needs. Team needs, again, it would be left-handed, right-handed batter. And select 3 positions. Catcher, third base, and first. So let's look at the board. Your top catchers, Moreno, Sam Basallo, the Basallo. Keep it Ruiz, Dylan Dingler, among others. The only guy worth potentially signing is Mr. Hammer Longballo. Because he's 28. He's pretty much the only guy worth looking at investing in to maybe compete with Herrera, but the problem is he is a defense-first catcher at this stage. So is it really worth bringing him in right now? Maybe it is, but it's not insane. The top first baseman is Tristan Casas. Also Ryan Mountcastle, Josh Naylor, Pete Alonso. We do need a backup first baseman, right? It won't likely be Casas. Although we do have the money. We got $46 million to spend. There are numerous options there to bring in as a backup first baseman. Especially, I mean, someone like Pete Alonso, still capable of hitting 30 home runs. He can be what Rhys Hoskins just was for us. Second base, you got Ozzie Albies and nothing else. So it's a good thing we don't really need a second baseman. There is not much there. We don't even need Albies for the depth, so. Top third baseman is Devers at 36. You also got Matt Shaw in the mix, Meyer, Marte. Again, third baseman, long-term solution, there isn't one. So we won't be looking at any third baseman in this particular class. And then shortstops, technically, you could argue that long-term third baseman could be Aiden Miller. But he's 28, and he's a B potential, which means he's probably going to start regressing soon in some ways, just like we saw in center field. So it's a bit rough. Left field, Jackson Chourio is the big name. Is he that uber outfielder of which I was speaking about? He did have a really good season. Okay. I'm just going to get my thoughts off my chest right now, and then we're going to go right back to positivity. Right? Right. A lot of people were thinking that we had players declining at like 28, 29 because they were B potentials. That is clearly not the case if Jackson's already declining at age 28 off of a season with 26 home runs, 93 RBIs, and an 848 OPS. 5 WAR. 996 in the field. Like, dude, at any, like, you get to age, it's not even 30. You get to age 28, and you are risking having a player at that age just start falling off the face of the earth. 28. I'm sorry, that feels a bit harsh. It feels a little bit harsh that anybody 28 years or older is just this horrific risk that really isn't worth taking. You might as well have every it seems like the best way to run any franchise is to have it be players 27 years or younger. That's it. Otherwise, they're too expensive and not worth the risk because of the decline factor. So I don't know. If we could get Chourio for a year, I'd consider it, but it's rough. Could it have to do with the service time? Maybe. Your guess is as good as mine right now. Could it be the service years, though? Yes, it could be. Center field, Ceddanne Rafaela, Byron Buxton, Tyler Freeman. We obviously won't be going for anybody there. And then right, Lawrence Butler, Wilyer Abreu. So if we were to sign any outfielder, it would be Jackson Chourio, but like I'd lowball the shit out of him, you know? And then for the pitchers, the closers, Luther Fagan is there. Of course, he was the reliever of the year in the AL. So we will consider him if we can sign him to a short enough deal as to where the declining isn't a complete disaster for us. And aside from that, Munoz, Duran, I mean, like, they're fine, but we have guys who are better. An outright reliever is Bubic. So yeah, if we're going after anybody, it's Luther Fagan. And then for starters, Shane McClanahan. You got Antoine Reeves. There's nobody that we're going to go for. We have better options than this. Like I said, we needed like an uber starter, 90 plus. That doesn't exist. At least at a reasonable age where they're not going to decline. So, good old Hammer Longballo here. Hasn't been great at the plate. He is a great fielding catcher. But do I think he's the guy to take over for Herrera? Not really. Especially if he's struggling to hit, right? Long-term third baseman. Do I think Aiden Miller is that? 15 home runs, 83 RBI, a 702 OPS. He did have an 815 the year before. A 311 on base. A little bit error prone. No thanks. And then, of course, we talked about that uber outfielder, and I don't think Chorio's it. I'm scared off by that regression. Scaring me away. Because we can only get him on like a 3-year deal minimum. So, the big target is Luther Fagan to just try and shore up this bullpen even more. And then for first baseman, it could be Casas. I mean, it could be Casas, it could be Mountcastle, could be Pete Alonso. Casas might take playing time away from Chunky, but if it's Alonso, should pretty much be guaranteed he'll be a DH. Then again, either way, one of them should be a first, one of them should be a DH. How many Tommy Johns will McClanahan have had by this age? Over, under 3. Hopefully under, man, but you're not wrong for saying it. You know, let's talk to Casas, let's talk to Pete. We're going for at least one of them. So those are the focused upon players, the only 3 that we're really going to focus on here. We'll let the rest of the roster decide itself. Of course, there was the Christian Campbell trade. Actually, after that... Okay, those guys that we acquired from Tampa are taken care of. Good. Cubs got Chris Bonds on waivers, whatever. He was bad. Austin Riley has been traded from Atlanta. The World Series MVP is off to Texas for Hunter Brown and Connor Griffin. I guess you can do that. I don't know why they would. Do they have a third baseman in waiting? Like, they better have a third baseman in waiting, or that's stupid. Nope, of course they don't. Just no logic whatsoever. No logic towards making that deal. I mean, Hunter Brown is technically now their third best starter on the team, but they literally just won a World Series even without him. So, why would you get rid of the World Series MVP? I don't get it. I do not get it. All right, we'll get our first update on what else we have going on in just a second. All right, so Fagan's at 51%, Casas at 52%. And we do have the money to spend. So, for Luther Fagan here, how old were you? 29? Honestly, even a 1-year deal, $20 million a year. We'll give him that first competitive offer to try to get the boost. There we go. And then Tristan Casas, a 1-year deal, $22 million to be our DH this year. And again, we're targeting those extra motivation boosts, and we got the +5 for both of them. Lawrence Butler on his way to Detroit, 2-year deal worth $24 million for the 32-year-old. I don't think we would have successfully signed either of the guys I just sent offers to, but the game plan, like I said, was the extra motivation. Well, we got one of them. Luther Fagan. Wow. He wanted the money, man. He won reliever of the year in the AL. So both reliever of the year, AL and NL, will pitch in our bullpen next season. Welcome in, Luther. Rafael Devers on his way to Seattle. 2-year deal, $23 million per for the 36-year-old. The reigning AL MVP. And let's find out about Tristan Casas. Will we also land him? Yes, we will. So the 2 big fish we were looking for. Here on 1-year deals, Tristan Casas, Luther Fagan. And just like that, for free agency, we're done. We have nothing else to do. We got the 2 big pieces that we needed. Pete Alonso removed from the big board. That's fine. Apparently, I'm a little bit over salary at the moment. I don't know how, if it let me actually sign who I needed to sign. It's a little bit weird that it showed me as over salary, but we should be fine. Should be, because we don't have anybody in arbitration, no other contracts. I think it's just the leftovers on the roster that I could sign that I haven't. Anton Reeves on his way to Pittsburgh, 6-year deal, $28 million per for Pittsburgh. And again, the 40-man is good to go. Shane McClanahan off to the Mets. 2 years, $29 million per for the 35-year-old. And like I said, we are basically good to go. Aiden Miller on his way to Pittsburgh. 5-year deal, $21 million per. Better them than us, at least from what I saw. Did we get any of the 3? We got Fagan and we got Casas, so we're looking good. We are looking good. Very good. Gabriel Moreno on his way to Colorado. 3 years, $19.5 million per. God, he's 33 now. Let's see. Winter meetings. Christian Javier on his way to Toronto for 2 years, $27.5 million per for the 35-year-old. And that will bring us to the draft lottery after Jesus Luzardo signs in Cleveland. As far as this draft lottery is concerned, it is the first lottery that we are not a part of. A rarity indeed. Not be a part of the lottery, but I'm not complaining. As there was 0 movement, the Milwaukee Brewers have the first overall pick. Got the Athletics and Dodgers. Man, the Dodgers, how the mighty have fallen, huh? Paying for that success are the Dodgers. As, well, it's a long ways away, but it will happen eventually. It will happen. Rule 5 coming up. There's literally nobody that we can pick. As Julio Rodriguez is a Yankee. Traded for Shane Baz and Roderick Arias. Julio Rodriguez on his way to the Yankees. Mariners make another move, acquiring center fielder Chad Whitey for Darius McCormick, a really promising reliever. They got a low-end center fielder. Okay. That's a choice. That's a choice. Yeah, Rule 5. Again, we just don't have space for anybody. Technically, we could look for some backups. Yeah, our 40-man's full anyway. It's just going to auto-draft all the way through. Cool. I don't mind. Said we are done. Edgar De Silva. Very promising starter on his way to the Giants for Lloyd Johnson, Hoyt Yoder, and Drew Romo. 85 overall, 25, and a B. For C potential, 77 overall, Lloyd Johnson. C potential, 25. Why? Again, like, I guess it gets them depth. I think one of the issues they need to address is what overall rating they define as being a solid MLB player. Because that's pretty much how it's defining, like, Hoyt Yoder. Like, they should have to give up somebody better than Hoyt Yoder to secure a top pitcher. Speaking of which, Jackson Jobe on his way to Detroit for nothing. Absolutely nothing. Jeff Little, super low end, like bare, what should be defined as a bare minimum overall for a starter. And Michael Roberts, who's still a sub 70 at age 24, for a 30-year-old pitcher making $20 million a year for the next 4 seasons. It is what it is. Again, this is why we'll be playing with trading off in subsequent franchises. For now, we're just going to enjoy the shit show. Potential. Again, though, like the balance of age and overall, to me, it doesn't come close to equaling out. Like at that age, a 24 overall or a 24-year-old 67 overall B potential guy, he shouldn't be worth that much. He should not be worth what a B potential is at 18 or 19. So I still disagree with that particular deal. Can you make an argument for it more than some of the other deals we've seen? Absolutely. But I still very much disagree with that particular trade. Again, yeah, with the White Sox losing in the World Series and they got rid of who I imagine is their best pitcher. Actually, it was, because, yeah, 85 overall was the highest. Good decision. Good decision, you know? And by good, I'm obviously being sarcastic. So, spring training is here. We are going to look at kind of who fits where in terms of this lineup. But the projection is that we are the top team. But we also have a new scout that we have to bring in. Let's take a look here. $22 million to sign. So we can obviously do like 106. We never do anything with Discovery, so we can just take somebody who's not that good at Discovery. Or, yeah, we want high efficiency as well. That guy's not too good with position players. That guy's okay. Will Shimmick's not bad. Honestly, Miguel Chappell. Miguel Chappell-Roan, welcome in. Can we get an upgrade on Derek Bright? We can go up to 102. I'm technically 101. Do we have an upgrade on Derek Bright? Is there an upgrade? Not really. Oh, if that guy's efficiency was higher, he'd be so much better. Sometimes his efficiency ratings just kill. And that is exactly what's happening again here. All right. Well, we got some budget left over, but the people that we have are the best options from what I'm seeing. So, yeah, we will have to set up this team in the way that I like to set a team up. But it is showing us as the top team in baseball again, but as we know, that means pretty much nothing.